How's everyone come back from international break? Everyone fit? And,
no, we still got Solomon came in late yesterday, so we're going to have a look at him today. There's one or two, that we're still assessing. So we'll have a good look this morning, Pete, and then we'll make a decision then.
What are your thoughts on these international breaks, Tony? Because you've still got another one coming up, haven't you?
No, I know that it's everything. Everybody's got to deal with it. I think that it's irrespective of what I think or what I don't think, I've made it clear. If they're proper games, they're proper games. So you have to go with it.
I suppose they were proper games, weren't they? So you can't knock it.
Yeah.
With Solomon's as well, because it's with him, it's the travel, isn't it?
It's the travel, but again, if you look at the South America, there's a lot of South Americans playing in England now, so it's not just us that have to deal with it. Other clubs have to deal with it as well.
Will he be okay, because he was jet lagged after the last trip?
Well, we'll see. Like I say, we'll assess him today, along with a couple of others who have done a lot of travelling. And then we'll see what their conditions are like for tomorrow. Is
your concern more with who's fit for Tottenham?
Yeah, it's just seeing who's come back physically strong enough, and whether they've had enough rest, to play against what will be a very, very tough game for us.
It's two informed teams really here, isn't it? It's not.
Yeah, Tottenham. They did fantastically well last year. They would have been disappointed that obviously they never got over the line last year. But it'll make them more determined this year. They've got a very, very good side. They've got a young side, and they'll go close again. I'm absolutely convinced they'll go close again.
Do you think so? Even with Man City the way they are, and
well, they played Man City last week. I thought it was an absolute fantastic game. Great advert for Premier League football. Some fantastic football played, but the commitment of both teams was very, very good. Both teams, you can look at them. They've got an identity. They're well coached. It was a real good game to watch, Pete. And it's going to be tough tomorrow.
Pochettino as well, he's done very well. When he first came into Southampton, he would be one of those questions I'd have asked you, could an Englishman have done this job rather than some guy we've never heard of?
Well,
he's actually embedded himself.
He put his stamp on Southampton, and he certainly put his stamp on Spurs now. And I think that's, as I've said, you can watch his teams and they're well coached. They're fit. They run around, but they're well coached as well. And you like to see that, or I like to see that.
When you say well coached, what is it that he's got?
They're set up. They know what they're doing in possession. They know what they're doing out of possession, and they play as a team and they work as a team and they work up and down the pitch exceptionally well. And add that they've got some talent. They've got some real talent. They've spent a lot of money on putting together a very, very youthful team, and they're getting the rewards.
Is there any bad blood still between yourselves and Spurs? I mean, this is the mandatory Sido question.
No, if a player doesn't go to a football club, 9 times out of 10 it's got nothing to do with the managers. And he's a good man. He's we've played him, or I've been involved in games against him when he was at Southampton and Tottenham. And he's a good man. He always comes in, has a drink, and afterwards, and I enjoy his company.
This is where it all started. I mean, it's also where Sido could pick up on, isn't it? If Solomon is jet lagged or whatever, it's a real good chance.
Well, it's an opportunity for everybody. Robson Canoe has trained well the last couple of weeks as well. So, you can't just pick one. It might be the other lad that we decide to go with. But no, we're looking forward to the game. It'll be a good game. We'll need everybody playing well. We need everybody having a go. We need the supporters really getting behind us. And like I say, that I think it'll be a really good game.
Of course, enjoyable one for Nasser Chadli. He's been a bit of a revelation for you so far.
Yeah, Nasser's done well. We've been really, really pleased with him. Not just the way he's played, but the way he's mixed with the players as well. As I said, Pete, the players that we brought in during the window have all integrated very well, and it's the spirit there is very good at the moment, and we've got to try and maintain that with good results.
Sometimes though, it's hard to go to a new club, and start the way he has. I mean, that must be the really pleasing thing for you.
Well, he's settled in, and obviously performances help, but he's settled in with the group off the pitch as well. He's got a good manner about him. I think they look up to him in respect that technically is an exceptional player. He's got real good qualities, and let's hope he keeps scoring goals, Pete.
John Walters this week, a man you respect, I think, spoken about James McLean, saying that he's grown up. That must be pleasing for you.
Now James is, again, he's a different character than Nasser, but he's a good lad, and I was really pleased he got the goals for the Republic. You know, I've got great respect for Martin. You know, and I think the two results they've had over you know, the international period have been fantastic results for them. You know, I watched Georgia against Wales, and you know, Georgia did exceptionally well, and were unlucky second half not to win the game. And Ireland beating them and then winning the other game then is put Ireland in a real strong position.
James did it on the pitch then, but do you agree with Mark? Has he grown up? Sorry, with John. Has James McLean grown up?
John
Walters. I was thinking Mark Walters for some reason.
Has James grown up?
Yeah.
Ah, he's always grown up. How old is he now? 33, 34? No, he's a good lad. He is. James will never change. You know, he's a good lad, good character. The players like him. I like him, which is more important. And I think he feels settled at the club.